Hi folks, here's Mr. Man waffling about inequalities. So this is what we started last week. If you see something like x is greater than 4, you just picture a number line and you say there's 4, put the numbers either side of it, and it's those numbers there, isn't it? Everything bigger than 4 will solve that problem there. X is bigger than 4. However, what if you saw x squared is bigger than 4? So we need a number which, if you square it, becomes bigger than 4. And I'm sure most of you have already thought about the number 2. So there's 1 and there's 3. And sure enough, any number bigger than 2 will make that work. Right? 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, and so on. But there are some other numbers that make it work too. And the reason I've left a little space on my number line is if I just creep over to the left over here, can you see how if I square minus 3 squared we now know is 9, and that's bigger than 4. Ooh, so minus 3 is good, and minus 2 squared is 4. So what about every number to the left of minus 2 as well? All those numbers. They're going to give me a square number which is bigger than 4, aren't they? So minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, and so on. They're all going to give me answers bigger than 4. And so when you have a squared inequality, quite often you get two sections of the number line, so bigger than 2 or less than minus 2. So we could write our answer as x is greater than 2 and x is smaller than minus 2. What about if x squared is less than something? Let's say x squared is less than 25. And again, some of you are already thinking, yeah, it's got something to do with 5, right? Because 5 squared is 25, so yeah, anything smaller than 5 is going to work. But whoa, what about minus 5 over here? Let's think about what's happening to the numbers in between. Sure enough, yeah, 4 squared is less than 25, 3, 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 1, minus 2. But wait a second, if I get bigger, or rather, bigger negative numbers, smaller than minus 5, so if I try minus 6 squared is 36. And that's way bigger than 25, so I mustn't go further than that. So if you like, there's my stop-off point, and I'm going to redraw this as that. It's between those two circles, isn't it? So anything between minus 5 and 5 will work. If we square it, we'll get a number less than 25. So the best way to write your answer for this one is minus 5 is less than x, which is less than 5. So can you see two separate bits of the number line? I get two separate statements. One section of the number line, I get one statement. Okay, I'm going to make up a few questions like this for you to try. So it's one idea for today's lesson, which is this idea about squares. When you think you've cracked it, great. And if you haven't, keep trying. And yeah, I'll post the answers just before the end of the lesson. Okay, bye.